Hey guys, welcome back to the Community Cares Podcast. I'm Dave. I'm the Executive Director here at Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet.
And I'm Chaplain Chaz Blackburn, and I have the honor of being the president of Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet. And we have a really, I always say special guest, but this is a really special guest because as a podcaster, we have a local legend, I'll say, in the podcasting and different media outlets. And About Town Deb has been a pillar in our community, and I just found out for over 10 years, right?
Probably like 12, 13.
That's incredible. So
That's okay.
We'll call you the podcast OG of Reno in Northern Nevada. How's that?
Okay.
But yeah, please
Thank
introduce
you.
yourself and your name.
Okay, so I am known as About Town Deb, Debbie McCarthy. I have been spending the last maybe 12 years building community relationships, collaborating with all kinds of local businesses. And my goal is to get the local businesses connected with local nonprofits.
I love
Because that is what we do, and that's what you guys do. So I'm really excited to be here. And I just, I do a lot with Northern Nevada Children's Cancer, Volunteers of America, the Eddie House, you name it. I've probably done something with them. And I started outreach when I was at St. Albert's as the parish life director.
That's amazing.
So I've been doing this for over 25 years, really. I mean, giving back. I've been
Yeah.
doing it. But as the OG influencer, Deb, it's probably been 12, 13 years.
Well,
That's
I
awesome. I love
can't
it.
wait to hear more of the history after
Okay.
our local
I'm
events that we're going to
excited.
go over. And we always like to hear about the person behind the causes. So we'll jump
Cool.
into that after.
Yeah, Chaz, you just got back from vacation, didn't you?
I did. I took a short vacation, sabbatical leave. And for me to be able to not have phone service, it's just amazing to uncheck from all of the organizations. I don't have Dave call me saying that Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet's
buddy.
burned down.
Ring, ring. Hey, buddy.
Hold on.
Things are burning.
Yeah. So, but no, it was a great time. If you've never been there, it's just a beautiful landscape and just in the mountains up there on the coast. Have you ever been to Oregon Coast?
I have actually.
Yeah.
Yes, it was stunning.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Just gorgeous to be in creation like that. So.
Guess where I've been?
Where?
Disneyland.
I've been in Nebraska.
I've been at Disneyland a lot.
I've
Probably
never been
too
to
much.
Nebraska.
Nebraska. There you go.
There you go. I'm just, keeping it real.
Fun. I love Florida. Florida's really pretty.
I'm going there in 2 weeks.
And the Keys.
Ooh.
Are you going to the
I'm
Keys?
going to Margaritaville in
Oh.
Daytona.
Oh my goodness.
They got a song about that.
That's
I
gonna be fun.
know. I'm going there.
Okay, yeah. No, there's a lot of fun things to do. And honestly, Chaz, I'm glad you got some rest and was able
Me
to
too.
be away from the chaos. And, it's so good to do what we do. It really is. We help so many people all the time. But in that, it's hard to recharge. It's really difficult because there are nights where you're trying to sleep and you can't, because you want to help people in
mind.
need. Your mind's running. You're
Yeah.
like, oh my goodness, did I finish that grant? Oh my goodness, did I finish that conversation with that important person that could help our nonprofit? Right?
I kind of feel like all three of us are alike, like ADHD. But that can be a gift if you know how to use it, right?
It can be.
Yeah.
It can be a superpower, right?
It is actually, it is a superpower as long as you try to get some rest.
That's right.
I'd say,
That's
yeah.
tough sometimes.
Well, we're going to jump into our event segment. We're going to talk about a few upcoming events in the community, several of those that we're going to be at, actually, Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet. So the first one we want to highlight is the biggest little Easter egg hunt and resource fair, and that's going to be at 2680 East 9th Street. In Nevada, in Reno, 89412. That's the Boys and Girls Club on 9th Street. So they're going to do a free resource fair, and that's the Washoe Casa Foundation, and it's huge. It is such a big event, and they're trying to help so many different kinds of people with that event. I mean, a lot of people with special needs, and they have a special needs time frame before the rest of the Easter egg hunt. So,
which is so cool,
awesome.
right? To be able to offer that to all the different demographics of children and teenagers. And I was just talking to Sue, who's on the CASA board. She's one of our volunteers also.
That's where I met her.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I've seen you before.
She's been around, in this community serving a long time, too.
That was
so.
where I met her.
She's
Right.
another OG.
She is. No,
the
that's
nonprofit.
I knew I met her.
And she just volunteers here.
But she said that they just got done stuffing over 30,000, closer to 40,000 eggs. Can you
Are you
imagine?
Wait
serious?
a second. You're telling me they stuffed all those eggs and then she came here to volunteer to
Of
give
course.
clothes free to
I
those in need.
know. What an amazing woman.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah.
What a wonderful person. She also donates financially quite a bit to our organization as well.
Yeah.
So not only does she believe in the organization with her sweat and tears, she also believes in it financially.
It's important.
that's huge, right?
Yeah.
She's gonna kick your butt for saying that on air, though.
I would
won't
say
tell.
it.
We
She's
won't
been
tell.
on the podcast. I would tell her. No, Sue's my friend. She's an awesome person, and we really appreciate her. But the biggest little Easter egg hunt and resource fair is such a fun event, and I'd highly encourage you to come on down and see what's happening. Last year there was thousands and thousands of people, and it's huge. And not only is there the Easter egg hunts, there's also so many resources you can learn from. Because it's not just Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet and whatever other organization that's loud in the community. There are so many organizations that want to help those in need. And that's the key. That's the foundation of what we need to be focusing on as a community if we're going to move forwards.
Yeah, I love what you were talking about connecting businesses with nonprofits.
It's
too.
so important because a lot of times they have no idea who needs help. And a lot of the businesses that I work with are looking for nonprofits that don't have a big budget, that are
Right.
like, that people don't really know about them.
Yes.
So I mean, yes, we all know some of the big wigs, but I really think it's important to collaborate with some of the startups where they're really struggling.
Well, and a lot of those nonprofits provide services that are invaluable to the community that the government and others are not able to provide. And so they really fill the gap areas in our community.
Totally agree.
So the next event we're going to highlight is another one we're going to be at. It's the Reno Earth Day on April 19th.
Love that.
At Idlewild Park. Great American Craft Fair is one of our partners. Brighton Dennison is a great friend of ours, and he does so much good in the community. And he donates a spot to us for free because we're a nonprofit.
I love him.
So I'm having drinks with him next week.
No,
so
it's
he's,
great.
He's one of my friends. Great guy. And Brighton,
okay.
we appreciate it.
No, just kidding.
He's gonna be
a
on.
good
I'm
guy.
gonna let him know that you said that next week when I have drinks with him.
Oh, he's a great guy.
I'm gonna tell him.
Yeah,
You
I know
that,
you
right?
will too. Yeah.
Yeah, you know I will. I'll be like, watch this show, this time frame. Chaz says this, and he's like, well, I guess we're gonna lose that spot.
Oh,
Way
no.
to go, Chaz.
So can I add just a little tidbit about Earth Day? Way back when the OG Dev started, Earth Day was one of the first events that I went to taking photos. And at that time, Whitney Meyer was on stage with her family. And I have that's one of the first photos of an entertainer. And she was like a teenager.
Wow.
And it was my first event. And Dave Asher, that's the buy local, right? Yeah. Dave Asher was the buy local guy. And he invited me to Earth Day. And I took some of my very first photos.
That's so cool.
Way in the beginning, and now you're talking about it. So
I
That's
love
pretty
that
fun.
history. That is
I
so
love
cool.
this. This is so
Yes.
exciting. So I love Earth Day.
Yeah, last year we had thousands of people go by our booth and just learn about
I was
Good Shepherd.
blown away by the participation. It was a great community event. I was pretty surprised the first year I went.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Great time. Great community event, and something we really need to focus on as a community to go and support. So definitely, if you have the opportunity, we encourage you, the listener, the viewer. Without you, we don't exist. So thank you. We encourage you guys to go down and be a part of it.
Awesome. And the next one, I'm a little excited for.
me
Yeah.
too.
The Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet Wine and Dine. I can't see over. It's May 15th, right?
Yeah, it's
May
May 15th. You
Yeah.
got it.
And
And
Engine 8. I love Engine 8.
They're such good people.
Wendy and Mike, shout out. I love you guys.
Yes.
I
She's
was
on
there when
the-
they first opened too.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm an oldie but goodie.
Oh,
Wendy's on the show next week.
Yay.
And they're great people. They support several nonprofits.
Yes, they do.
And we're one of those nonprofits they support. So we really appreciate them. They're donating so much to us to make this fundraiser happen. So we really appreciate you guys. Thank you, Wendy and Mike over at Engine 8. If you guys are interested in checking out a local winery,
Yes.
which is very rare, that's not a very common thing, that they're
In
actually
Sparks, the only
yeah,
one.
especially
right.
Sparks. Yeah.
They're doing it themselves,
Yeah.
and it's really good wine. My wife and I absolutely love going there.
Good pizza.
getting
I was
some
just
good
going to
wine.
say their pizza
They're
is
really
good.
good.
And they have like slushies too.
It was
And the
funny.
atmosphere too.
So
Oh, sorry.
Nico was you're good. Nico was like pulling the pizza up or whatever. We were doing our vlog, our
Oh,
locals
yeah.
vlog, and she was like pulling it up, and it was like melting. She's like,
So
it's
like
just
the
like
Goofy movie.
just
The-
like the
yeah.
Goofy movie.
Oh, I love it.
Where it's all melty. She's like, "This is really good pizza, Dave." I'm
So-
like, "I know."
So, quick question about your event: are you taking? You need any donations for raffles or? I would love to donate. I
great.
can tell you right
Please.
now, I will donate a Cali Mojo, About Town Deb, Kimmy Candy, Good Day Chocolate, Dorinda Chocolate Basket, all in one.
Wow.
Please, we would love that. Thank you so much.
There you go.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There's one of your donations.
We need all the help we can get. I mean, we're a nonprofit, so all of what we do for this event is going to be people donate from people like you. So
I'll
thank
be
you.
there.
And every donation really matters. I mean, it really makes a huge difference. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We were talking about Christopher Dare a little earlier.
Yes.
His organization, the Nevada Veterans Memorial Plaza, is donating a stone to our event.
I
So
have a stone. I
Really?
got one
You
of the
do?
first stones for my
Did you
dad.
find it?
That's
though?
so
Do you know
cool.
where
I
it's
don't
at
know where
there?
it's at. I haven't been able to find it.
you don't know where it's at? You should ask Christopher.
I know. Well, I should have asked him today.
Oh man.
No,
Oh,
I'll ask
man.
him tonight. I'll ask him tonight.
And shout out to Christopher.
Yeah.
And you're going to be on his podcast. I was recently
Yeah.
on this podcast, but
I'm
Finding
excited.
Your South is a great new podcast. So if you haven't checked it out, please check it out. You can find it on YouTube and his Facebook. Just look him up, Christopher Dare, Dahir. Is there an E? No.
Yeah, when I looked it up on Spotify and subscribed, it was just it wasn't Christopher Dare. It was just Finding Yourself.
Finding
Okay.
Yourself. Okay.
Actually, when you type in Christopher Dare, Community Cares podcast,
Does it?
comes up. Our podcast
That's
comes
hilarious.
up.
Oh, I love it. That is so cool. See
I
how
even
we're all
said that to him. I was on the
interconnected?
phone with him the other day. I was like, dude, you know, I was looking for your podcast and our podcast.
I'm gonna give him a
He's
hard
like,
time for
oh
that.
my
That's great.
goodness.
Good
I
guy
love it.
though. So, well, I look forward to listening to your episode. In
Well,
the
I'm
future.
looking
That's
forward
great.
to listening to this episode.
Yeah, no, great friend, doing a lot of good in the community. The Nevada Veterans Memorial is a great,
Beautiful.
great thing for our community. I mean, I go there and I sit there and I just reflect in the music that his father wrote for the memorial right there is just amazing. Really
It's
good stuff.
beautiful. Yeah.
I just saw his mother on Saturday at the Great Basin Chaplain Corps training at Renown because she just joined our chaplain corps.
She's
It's
so
just-
cute.
She is so
She's
cute.
the cutest little thing.
Big heart. She's small but mighty. That's
She is.
for
I
sure.
was gonna. That's why I said she's the cutest little thing.
Oh,
She's adorable.
I wouldn't want to mess with her though.
No,
So
I wouldn't.
the next event, that being said, is the May 18th golf tournament in support of the Nevada Veterans Memorial Plaza. And that's going to be at nvmp.us. The price is $175, and it's going to be at the Red Hot Golf Course.
Beautiful.
Great place, beautiful place. Definitely something to go and support NVMP. I'd highly support. I'd highly recommend supporting that. It's a good cause, and it's a legacy piece.
Yes.
It really is.
And that's something we don't talk about a lot with nonprofit work, right? Is the legacy piece portion of it. But legacy really matters to be able to help those in need, and that it continues for further than you are, right? That matters.
Well, and like you said, it's so important for people to understand, and our children especially, the sacrifices that were made for our country. And, you know, all have given some, as the big sign says, but some have given all. And so it's just, you know, my daughter was down there for the drone show. We were at that fundraiser, which was beautiful. And just she was reading the Constitution. They have a display of the Constitution and some other documents. And it was just, that's so important for them to truly understand the foundation of our country and to remember that, you know. So anyways, it is important.
You're absolutely right. I think that's super important for our city, our nation, and all sorts of stuff to understand those pieces. And I love the fact that they have the Constitution just there. You can go and you can look at it. You can read it. No matter what your views are on the Constitution, you can go look at it and read it and decide for yourself.
Yeah.
So many people don't even understand what's in it in the first place. So
Yeah.
it's so cool to be able to have that publicly there.
Well, now to my favorite part, which is our guest.
Yay!
And we have this little cliche saying, which is,
What does it
be
say?
the change that you wish to see in the world. And I believe that you are one of those people.
You know what?
What?
That's what you just read.
Yeah, that's-
Okay.
that's
Here's.
sad.
I'm just going to start with a
This is
quote.
so crazy. Here we go.
Okay, I'm going to start because I when I do my podcast, I always do a quote. This is crazy good. If we all use what we have, where we are with heart, we can change lives.
Wow.
One story, one bottle, one smile at a time. And I say one
Oh,
bottle because
man.
I donate with my wine.
Yes.
But you,
It's great.
I love
look
that.
how we're all coming
It's so
together today.
crazy.
Ah, I'm so
Like
excited.
synchronicity, right?
Yeah,
Is that
I love
how you
it.
say it?
This I don't know how you say it, but I'm just happy that it's a real thing.
Here's a
So-
pin, both lapel and
I
pin
get-
for you. So thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we're all about wine and stuff,
I
obviously.
should have
'cause
brought
we're
a
gonna
bottle
do-
of my wine.
We're gonna
almost
do
did.
the Ingenate Winery one, right? Obviously. So, but my wife and I, one of the traditions we started, and it was one of my board members actually that suggested it to me, is just having a glass of wine and talking about our day.
Yeah,
Aw.
that's good.
I'm going to make sure you get a bottle of my wine.
That's one of our favorite things to do every night. We just have a glass of wine, talk about our day, see how we're doing, why we're doing what we're doing.
How
right?
romantic.
Yes.
How cute.
It's one of our favorite things to do.
That's a big deal. It's really important to stay connected, no matter whether it's your family, your person,
Yes.
your community.
Yeah.
It's all about connecting. So that's how About Town Deb is. And that's part of the wine and the grapes and the vine, how we all come together. And it's in honor of my dad, who I was his caregiver for 10 years. And we donate to, like I say, Children's Cancer Foundation. So it ends up being like $4 a bottle.
That's amazing.
So it's, I'm excited.
So I had no idea. So let's talk about that. We always
Okay.
like talking about the person and how your heart started in all of this and why you started doing what you started doing. Tell us about your story.
I would say it really is all about my heart. And when the pandemic hit, we had a hashtag together we are one heart, and we made little bands. And I couldn't donate food. I wasn't a chef, so I wanted, what can I put in there? So we had these little blue bands made so that when the nurses or the people in the grocery stores, they would look down and go, together we are one heart. Because they had a rough time. People were not nice to the industry people. So, but anyway, basically, from a young age, I want to say my first outreach project was in junior high school. I did a somersault-a-thon
Somersault
in the gym.
That's
Like,
awesome.
you pledge like
Okay.
a penny-a-thon
Yeah, okay.
or
Yeah.
a penny assault.
Interesting.
So that was one of my first ones. And I also would sell carnations at football games, and we would always have a local charity. But since day one, I mean, my parents who adopted me, they're both gone now. They were really ingrained in me how important it is to give back at a young age. So really, I started doing this probably when I was 12.
So important.
So yeah, so it's been part of my DNA. And then I always worked for different churches. I was a church lady, church secretary, and I was
Which is not easy, by the way.
Wait,
It is
locally?
St. Albert, the great Catholic
oh, yeah.
Church. I actually was their first parish life director,
Wow.
and
How
they
cool.
created the job for me. So instead of being About Town Deb, I was Parish Life Deb.
That's great.
And along with the many volunteers, we did our first angel tree in the back of church. So every outreach, I would put up a different church and put names for
That's really cool.
we did the Children's Cancer Foundation. We just did them all. I keep
Yeah.
hitting, so I
No,
don't know.
that's okay.
But
You're
no,
good.
so
You're good.
really, that's where I started. I've
Yeah.
always been doing outreach, and went from there is, like I say, the Earth Day. Then right after
Yeah.
Earth Day, I was invited to Dave Asher's opening. He had a community spot where people co-oping, one of the first co-oping
wow.
kind of places. And Eddie Floyd with Nevada Matters,
Oh,
who
yeah.
does radio, he was there, and I brought my dad. And
world.
I was just going there to just promote a wine tasting that I was doing for Volunteers of America. And I have my camera, which was a Canon. I'm like, I'm not a photographer. My dad just bought it. And Eddie goes, are you a photographer? No, I'm not a photographer. He goes, I just want somebody
You're on the
on
spot.
set to take photos of the guests, because this is where it starts.
Wow.
Yep.
He was one of the first local state radio shows where he had somebody taking photos. So every guest, I would take my Canon, take a photo, take the little disc out, load it in the laptop.
That's so
and
cool.
then I would put it on Facebook. But it wasn't like live like this at the point. It was just out there. So I would go into Messenger, I'd put a link, and I'd say, listen now. And so people would listen on their laptop. They couldn't see us. And then we upped it to where he said, oh my gosh, now they stream their shows.
Yeah.
So I went from that to all day long. And my dad would sit in the audience, and I
Wow.
literally all day long took photos. I was on Instagram, Facebook at that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like a long time ago, and now then I've gone from that to other stations and doing my own, and
Awesome.
and it's all about giving back. But it
I
all
love
started
that.
with a simple, "Are you a photographer?"
Yeah.
And my dad bought me the camera to take photos of birds.
Uh-oh.
Next time I see Eddie, I'm gonna remind him of that story.
No,
That's
no,
awesome.
actually, it really.
Yeah.
I gotta say, shout out.
Yeah.
We all are part of each other's paths.
Yeah.
And Eddie saw something in me way back then, and he didn't even know who I was. I was just a gal with a camera promoting a wine thing, taking a photo of Rajan Zed. I don't know if you know Rajan Zed. Anyway, he does a lot of interfaith work.
So Eddie, I don't know if you know Eddie well, Dave, but he owns America Matters Radio
Yeah.
down there where you go to Connie's show on Senior Spectrum and all the different shows that are there. But Eddie was the OG of the
Yeah.
radio, and I'm talking like him. He would step off a plane, and him and John Esquaga
Yeah.
and the Harris would go and do these big parties in his heathen days, as he says.
Yeah.
And I mean, he
That
was
was
like
his heathen
Reno
days.
OG for real. Is
Yeah.
like old gangster, you know?
And think about it. And then when he started back up, I was his person.
That's so cool.
I was by his side doing all the media.
love that.
And another thing, I stuttered.
Wow, I wouldn't have expected.
So
that.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
Hey.
So literally, I said to him, I can't do this. I have to make phone. No, he goes, it's okay. You'll be fine.
He believed in you.
And he believed in me. And then eventually he said, I'm going to give you a 3-hour show. I'm like, going to give a girl who stutters a 3-hour show? Jeez. So I decided to invite amazing women that were part of the community that were doing good things and put them on each side of me. So I would say if my throat looks like I can't talk, and Craig was our engineer, just take over.
Oh, that's awesome.
So when you surround yourself with
Yes.
incredible people, it makes your
100%.
whole life better. So
It
no,
does.
he believed in me, and now look, now years later, I'm loving our community. I'm out and about town Deb and giving back.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really important, and it's all about coming together as a community. I love how the Earth Day thing is something you started with. You're like, oh, I guess I'm taking
there it
photos, and there it is.
Yeah, and I really didn't know I was going to take photos. I was just going because I was invited to go out to take a photo of Rajan Zed, because he was at a volunteer meeting and saw me with a camera and said, "Are you a photographer?" I said, "No." That's
great.
Well, you're going to take my photo for the RGJ. I'm like, I don't even know how to use this camera. Jeez. But I figured it out. I got a good one, and
Good
that's
job.
when he invited me to Earth Day, and then
Yeah.
I met Dave Asher, and then Dave Asher said, "You need to come to my event to take a photo of Rajan."
Wow.
And then Eddie was there just starting up with a card table and a mic and my camera. And he said, "You're going to do this, and you can bring your dad every day."
That's
So
so
for the
cool.
next, I don't
Brilliant.
know how many years, my dad went every day with me.
That's amazing.
It's cool.
Tell us a little more about and a shameless plug for About Town Deb. Check it out if you haven't checked it out, and follow it. It's a great video cast. Now, are you on Spotify and other?
Right now I'm on hiatus of the actual show.
Okay.
So I'm focusing more now on the outreach and doing
okay.
the social media and bringing businesses together, because it seems like everybody wants to know, who can I help? How can I help? Where do I help? Who do I call? So I just say to them, tell
a
me
need.
what your passion is. Tell me something about yourself, and why do you want to help who you want to help? And then I take all the information and I go on my little Rolodex or social media and say, oh, this business wanted to help with this.
That's awesome.
And then I connect them, and then they end up doing amazing things, and I get to step back and say, wow, cool.
you got to be a part of that, right?
So really, it's really about, for me, connecting. I'm also a brand ambassador for Good Day Chocolate, which is part of Kimmy Candies, and Kelly Mojo, which is a cool Tempranillo wine beverage, which you would love, with ginger and vanilla. And it's just, and then, with Nella Oliva Winery, I have the wine, we give back. So I just am very blessed. I work with, Caliber, labels, I work with everybody. Wild River Grill, and we do like a Maddie's month every month for children's
cool.
cancer.
Awesome.
Once a year in January, not every month. But I always love to, donate to the different raffles, and we do lots of really cool gift baskets. And life is just short. You got to wake up and say, I got it. I got you today.
Yeah,
So-
that's a great point. Life is short.
It's very short. Sorry, I completely ran over you. Go ahead, Dave.
No, go ahead. Go
No,
ahead,
you
buddy.
got more on that?
No, it's all
Life
right.
is
No,
short?
that's all I got. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that you are actually walking your talk. And another a connection that we didn't even realize is we had booked this about 8 weeks ago around there. And I just learned probably 2-3 weeks ago that you're good friends with Jennifer Rose, who's on
Yeah.
our board for Circle Life Hospice Foundation. And you and a bunch of your friends and what is the name of the chocolate business again?
Good Day Chocolate.
Good Day Chocolate actually came together and got a table and donated. And so everything you're saying is honestly the truth. And I had no idea. I mean,
I know, and I have to even tell you that Jen Rose, she had a show recording it at Nevada Matters.
I didn't know that.
And Jen Rose, Jen, I love you. She said to me one day, I wasn't about Town Deb yet. I wasn't in the studio. What? Did I say something?
Nothing.
We're going to have to get her
that's
on
right.
the podcast.
Okay,
I didn't know
so-
you did that.
Yeah. So anyway, it was really cool because she's seeing me develop about Town Deb, and she was the Plush Life, Jen. I mean, she had her own show, Plush Life. Jen's amazing. And Jen said to me one day, this is a long time ago, Deb, I'm really worried about you.
Oh,
You cannot be at every event.
yeah.
You don't have to be at every event. You're taking care of your dad. You're helping the community. You need to slow down. And it took me a long time to slow down. But now I look back and I see how far Jen has come and what her business is and how
Yeah.
she gives back.
She does.
And the odds that she randomly messaged me like a week ago, said, "Hey Deb, I'd love you to go. You can sit at my table and bring a guest." And I'm like, "Oh," I go, what else can I do?" She goes, "Well, if you really want to get a table of 10, can you donate a raffle prize?" I said, "Okay, let me try." So I reached out on social media and I texted everybody, "Hey, we have this event. I'd like to get a table of 10." And everybody said yes.
That's so
And we're probably gonna go to Labels Boutique. It's local, and get a dress and support them.
It's going to be a fun night.
It's going to be a great night. And what are the odds that I had
I know.
coffee with Christopher Dare? And he's going to an event I'm going to tonight.
And that's
why I changed our time.
Guess what? He's going to our Circle Life Guest House event too.
I know.
Him and Melissa
I
and
know.
Renown, yeah.
So speaking of Circle, is that okay to speak of Circle?
yeah.
Life?
Oh,
It's a big deal
100%,
to me.
yeah.
I have been there for the hospice days of many family members, and it's a really tough thing. So if you're out there, guys, I totally understand. It's, not everybody can hold somebody's hand and be there at the end and say you love them, and whether you know them or not. So I told Jen and I told Christopher Dare, I'm going to tell you, I really feel like I need to add that to my mission. And I would love to be trained to be a volunteer.
Absolutely.
And it's just so
awesome.
important. So, but look at all,
great.
I've been telling people this for like 3 months, and now look who I'm sitting next to. And
crazy.
Jen calls me, and I'm going to go. But
So
no,
exciting.
it's really about giving back. And actually, this weekend, there was a Parkinson's fundraiser
Oh yeah.
at the Automobile Museum.
Yep, I saw that. I didn't
So
get to
my
go.
junior high school friend Dave Smith is friends with the gal Deb Pollock who started this, and he said, "Hey, you're in Reno. I love you. Deb should meet Deb, and you should go to this event." So I go to the event. We're at the event, and my friend Joe Dutra with Kimmy Candy, Good Day Chocolate, he won a raffle prize, and he won this really cool, you can get 2 floor mats, but they were fancy floor mats.
Oh yeah.
It was a fancy floor mat.
Fitted and
I don't know. It's like a $500 value. And Joe goes, "Well, I just got new mats." And I go, "Well, I don't need new mats." And I said, "Let's donate it to the hospice event."
Oh, that's
awesome.
And so I'm putting together a basket, and that's part of. I mean, I'm still going to donate what I was going to donate, but now I just upped it to $500 more.
That's amazing.
And
Thank you.
it's so really, if you go to an auction, anything, you win a raffle prize and you don't like it, just regift it.
Yep.
You're allowed to regift it.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So anyway, that's just showing how we're all connected today. I'm just so excited.
So exciting. And, I look forward to, we'll talk more about how to volunteer and how we can make that happen. But there is something so special about the gifts of the dying that help us live better, just appreciating life in general. And that's such a precious time, a personal time to be with somebody and hold their hand. And unfortunately, there are many dying alone.
I know.
There are many suffering. And so
I
we
want to
can
be
help.
there. I want to hold
we
it.
can make a
I
difference.
want to hold your hand. Is there a song? I want to hold your hand. It's important.
Yeah.
Gotta
but-
add little smiles to this.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Because,
You gotta have
Absolutely.
fun.
we want them to know at the end that they're loved and
Yeah.
they're going to go to a better place, and
Well,
let them know we're here for them.
in Circle of Life, the guest house, they're one of our micro closet partners, so we actually provide clothes to those that are end of life.
Yeah,
I
comfy
didn't know
jammies
that.
So, yeah.
and sheets.
Oh.
'Cause we have to change sheets so much.
And
but
so it's so important to provide that hope and dignity to those that are end of life, to those at the Eddie House. We're there.
Can people donate to you directly for like the sheets and
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And
I'll-
PJs?
Yeah.
So
I want to do About Town Dad PJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll give you
Yeah.
a tour before you leave, but
Please.
we never charge for the clothes that we receive in donations from the community. And so last year we gave away $1.2 million worth of clothes at thrift store costs for free. That's how we calculate the amount of clothes, though. And so we have micro closet partners with the Circle Life Guest House, Eddie
I
House,
love the Eddie House.
Bristlecone. And so it really is, again, it's all about all of us working together in collaboration. We're stronger united, better together. And I love this. This is great. It's
Yeah.
probably
I'm
one of the
so
better
excited.
episodes we've had in a long time.
no, you guys have great. You have amazing people on set.
Better than Christopher's. No.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to step up my game for
I'm gonna let her
Christopher.
know. I'll be like, "What's up, buddy?"
What's up, buddy? No, it really is important. I honestly, not just the giving back part, but you need to feel good about yourself. And I think a lot of times it took me a while to realize that whole imposter syndrome, I'm about town Deb or I'm out and about. Like, how am I really helping anybody? Like, you have to finally sit down and say, look back at for me, look back at what you've accomplished. Look back at how many donations, how many people you connected, and what did that connection lead to? So for me, once I realized that, you know what, I'm about town Deb. Like, I can do good stuff and I can connect people together. Then once that happened, this year is my year. I don't
That's
know
awesome.
what happened. Yeah, but we have the
can feel it.
6.5, and I'm going to do a white one. It's going to be Deb 6.6 full circle,
Awesome.
meaning I've come full circle as the beginning of Deb to
That's
the
so
new
cool.
Deb, and we'll still donate. And
Nice.
life is
Great.
good.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you. You guys are amazing out there.
Oh, yeah, they are for sure. And
Yeah.
so I wanted to ask you though,
Okay.
if there's a business that wants to get involved and be able to have you consult for them on, who to give back and how to get involved in the community, how can they get a hold of you?
I am so easy to get a hold of. Just go anywhere it says About Town Deb. Hashtag About Town Deb on Instagram, on LinkedIn. If you go to About Town Deb, the website is abouttowndeb.com. But really, just Google it and you can message me. I do my own social. I do all my own comments. I do it all myself because I feel like it's important for me to be authentic and real. So when you message About Town Deb, I'm the one who reads it and I'm the one. So I'm not the best speller. So if I do
Me
a word
either.
wrong, it's me. It's not anybody else.
Me either. And sometimes Facebook doesn't spell check. I've found in my post.
Oh.
I'm like, oh no, going back trying to edit it.
You could go back and edit it.
I know,
Oh,
but
boy.
it's a lot of work.
But you know what happens is my cousin Georgia, like, I'll post something and within minutes she's like, you spelled that wrong.
Oh,
So so I'm grateful that not just her. I have good friends who will say, Deb, I just saw your post and you spelled a word
Yeah.
wrong. And I'm like, thank you,
Yeah,
because how
thanks
would
for
I know
helping me,
that?
right.
Right.
And that's another part of it. We
Yeah.
all need to be able to be there for each other. So
Yes.
if one of us is like falling down a little bit, you got to be able to say, I got you. Give me your hand. I got you.
Amen.
And I'm just so grateful to be
Yes.
right here right now with two incredible
I
people.
want to give.
And
Let's see
Thank
if
you.
it'll do it.
What is
so
that?
2
What do you
thumbs
do?
up.
Okay.
sometimes
What do I
it
do?
does like
What does it do?
it's not doing it for you, man.
What is it supposed
Oh,
to
what
do?
does it say?
I
Out
don't
effects.
know.
You took it off.
I guess
So
I
is
don't
it
know.
gonna do the hearts?
Oh, how do we do it?
It's not gonna work for you, man.
We'll
It
just
doesn't look
we'll
like-
just do this. I don't
Turned
know.
it off. I didn't turn
How
it
do we
off.
do that?
Oh no!
I just updated my
if you do the
computer
hearts-
recently.
So
how to do
every episode it would allow me to do fireworks and hearts, and now
Oh.
Dave broke it.
Hey, we don't need. Listen, we
Sucker.
don't need fireworks.
That's right. We have
with
fireworks,
you.
natural
with
fireworks.
you guys here and the mission you are doing.
Well, there it goes.
Oh, there it goes. Fireworks! Woo!
All right.
Yay!
Hey,
That's so cool.
and that's what it's all about is us coming together as a community to help those in need. That's the core. That's what this all should be about. That's what this show is about. Is how can we help more people than ever before? Right?
Well, you can do that one heart at a time.
That's
Absolutely.
right. I love that. Can you say that quote again,
Okay, here we go.
please?
Yes, I would love. I'd be honored to. If we all use what we have, including your heart, where we are at the time we are, with heart, we can change lives. You can change lives. One story one bottle and one smile at a time. I know it sounds funny, but the bottle goes with Deb
it does.
6.5.
It
Hey,
totally
I'm all
does.
Just
about
so
it.
you know.
Dave's excited. He's
I'm not
like,
against
yes.
it.
One sip at a time. One sip at a time.
I told you my wine story. I mean,
I
I'm
know
all about
that's
it.
why.
So
But I do think that the one smile at a time, I think, is so important. I don't know how many times you
Yeah.
may have walked into a grocery store or opened a door for somebody and you said, "Hey, have a great day," or "Hi," and they're like, "Are you talking to me? You just said hi to me?"
Right.
And I when you're out there today or whenever day, you need to take the time to smile at somebody and just say, "You look great today," or "You have a great smile," or
Yeah.
"That's a great sweater you have on."
show a little kindness.
I do a lot of
Kindness.
suicide prevention work
my
and
gosh.
crisis intervention work in the community. And I actually was on Our Town Reno's podcast
Yeah.
probably like 2 years ago. But one thing I said in there, and it's exactly what you're saying, but a little bit deeper, literally holding the door for someone and smiling can save a life.
I know. I
It,
agree.
it really can.
I agree.
It makes a difference.
And answer that phone call. There's
Yes.
times when you have a friend that's in need and you think, "I'm too busy." If
Yep.
your instinct says, "Get that call,"
Check
get
on
that
them.
call.
Get that call. Yep.
There's probably a reason.
No,
Absolutely.
there's a reason. Your instincts will tell you.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much
Okay.
for watching. Deb, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
We appreciate
thank
it. Without you, we don't exist. It's close closet.
There it goes. It worked.
And-
Does it have to be you or me?
I don't know.
That's
Hold
okay.
it still. That's what
I don't know.
I'm just. Oh, it did. Oh, I'm happy.
But without you, we don't exist. So thank you guys so much for listening, for being a part of what we're doing in the community. If you want to find out more about Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet, please visit getclothes.org, and you can learn more about what we're doing and why we're doing it in the community. Our microcloset expansion project is evolving and growing throughout the community. We have big announcements coming out soon that we can't talk about yet, but some big stuff
wanna
is
Well,
coming.
let's just tell. No, just kidding.
What?
No.
What?
Good.
What?
Can I like hear it shared on my page? I don't
When
need
they
to
come
hear
out,
it right
yes.
now.
Yeah, you
but I
absolutely
would love to
share
share
it.
Be
it.
honored.
Please.
Thank you
I'll
so
wait
much.
until it's official. I'm a vault. I keep everything.
Thank you. Well, thank you guys so much for listening, and we help over 800 people a month, no matter what. We're asking you to come alongside and help one. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time.
Thank
Take
you
care.
guys.
Thank you, Deb.